Welcome to We the Waste People podcast. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Butterfly Screams. We're two pissed off Americans trying to make sense of what's happening in this country. Whether it's coming from the right or the left, our goal is to call out the people driving our national collapse.
Join us today as we discuss the recent electoral victories for the Democrats, the alarming number of right wing extremist groups purchasing land in Tennessee, and of course, drag a couple of billionaires.
Awesome. Can't wait to do it.
All right, so let's get into some housekeeping items. First, like, share, and subscribe. We'd love the help getting this out there. Looking for volunteer co-producer. We're looking to help increase production quality. Desperately need folks with audio visual editing and graphic skills. Operate as a cooperative. Any money made in the future would be shared equally. We are not making money. We are both horrible capitalists.
That is
And if
true.
you
Very true.
if you are interested, email wastepeoplepod@proton.me. If interested, subject line co-producer. Getting into the content, election sweep.
Yeah. There was quite an election sweep for the Democrats back in early November it was?
Yep. And it's fun that we are like a month behind everybody else because we are bringing back the subject when everybody else has moved on to the next whatever current flame is coming out of the White House.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it's important too because while I'm super excited that it happened, but mainly because of what a blow to Trump's ego it had to be. I worry often that people they hear, oh, the Democrats are winning, Democrats are going to save us, right? The Democrats, these politicians, right? They're going to save us, and people tend to kind of go back to sleep, or they stop paying attention, and they think somebody else is going to take care of things. And so, yeah, I definitely think it's important for us to keep talking about it and remind everyone that things are not normal, and we need to stay woke, if you will.
Amen. So a few things. I think overall it was a great day, a great couple of days. I think that I am still cautiously optimistic rather, and gonna be for a while. I even if let's just fast forward a little bit and let's say 2026 rolls around, we have free and fair elections, and the Democrats take back the House. Let's say they take the House and they get the Senate back as well. We are far from out of the woods.
Amen, brother.
We got a lot
Yeah.
of work to do. And even if they were to take a supermajority on both, right? What does
Mm-hmm.
that mean? That means they could go in and they can impeach everybody. There's
Mm-hmm.
still a lot of work to do. There is a lot of damage that has been done since this administration's taken office. And let's be honest, nobody's happy with the current round of Democratic players, the corporate Dems, the DNC Dems, if you will. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
likes them.
Yeah.
And they're like digging in. They're entrenching themselves even deeper into what's going on. But as excited as I was about Mamdani's victory, and we'll get into that in a minute about why I was excited, I have since seen, let's see, who was I was watching? I think it was a Sabby Sabs clip, or no, it was somebody on TikTok rather, that showed where there was another city council person who was going to try to primary either Jeffries or Booker, and I don't remember which one it was now. And both
Mm-hmm.
AOC and Mom Donnie said, "Nope, now's not the time. I will not endorse you." And that bothered me. That bothered me a lot.
I'm relieved to hear you say that because it really pissed me off too. I mean, it's just like these so-called progressives, man. It's like they ride these economic populist messages all the way into office, even unseating incumbents that have been there forever, like AOC. The guy she replaced had been there forever, and I think he was set to become speaker at some point, right?
Yeah.
So that's how monumental her electoral victory was. Only for her to get in there and just basically bow to the establishment and be a good little, Democrat and wait her turn, if you will, because let's be honest, the Democrats are obsessed with like institutionalism and seniority and waiting for your time and stuff like that. And so as a result, there's been a couple of votes that AOC has made that I'm just like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with her. So this Mamdani stunt she just pulled, I'm almost done with her completely.
Yeah. And I get it. There probably has to be these, I guess, larger strategies at play, but somebody needs to give us a fucking idea of what the strategy is. Because right now I don't see strategy.
I don't either.
And I was scrolling earlier today, and I came across he was not in the group. There was a group of 5 people on David Hogg's TikTok channel, and that's exactly what they were talking about was the people with tenure, that had been there for a while. And they were all saying, look what this has gotten us. Yes, you have this tenure, but this is what your tenure's gotten us. You haven't done anything. You've literally allowed, and again, it's a one A 1B type situation for me. I will wholeheartedly blame Republicans more than I blame Democrats, but it's a 1A 1B. They're right behind them. At least establishment Dems, the corporate Dems, the Schumers, the Pelosi's. But that being said, we're here because of them just as much as anybody.
Yeah. I agree. I guess I do have one small disagreement in that I blame the Democrats more because here's my thing. They've been the supposed party of the working man, so you would expect that they, have had the opportunity to do something for the working people and they haven't. I cannot help but connect that with, the anger that people feel, so much so that they would do something so crazy as to look at someone like Donald Trump and think, okay, this is a serious guy. He cares about us. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that is like utter failure on the part of Democrats.
And that's the crazy thing is that I think everybody, so go back to 2015 when he entered. I don't think anybody thought he was going to make it, including the Democrats, including the Republicans. They were like, oh, he won't make it. And somehow he fucking made it. And here we are 10 years later, and the world is on fucking fire.
Yeah. Do you think that it's the reason that nobody thought he would make it is because of just how out of touch Democrats are with everyday people?
I think that's a strong possible. I think there's probably a lot to do with that. But I mean, no matter who I've listened to, Democrats or Republicans, nobody thought he was going to be there long term. And even some of the more, I guess, Warhawk style Republicans of the day, then none of them thought he was going to make it.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely. I would argue that those Republicans were clearly just as out of touch with everyday Americans as the Democrats were.
Yeah.
So definitely, they both bear some responsibility as far as that is concerned.